Thank you so much for attending my presentation on why Smeargle is the travesty of game design, and while this thing is hated, it sure as hell ain't because of its stats. Smeargle is the third worst base stat total of all fully evolved Pokemon, barely beating out Wishy-Washy, who immediately sheds those stats with its ability, and Shedinja, who's immune to over half the game's moves anyways. It's one of, if not the least offensively oriented Pokemon ever. I mean, at least fucking Shuckle is high defense is letting it throw off more attacks before it dies. But of course, the biggest mistake we can make as Pokemon players is underestimating Game Freak's ability to take an irredeemable Pokemon and make it completely fucking broken. Smeargle is possibly the best example of this, as it was given practically every other tool it could possibly want. Sketch is its signature move, and while the full explanation is a bit complicated, it lets Smeargle run essentially any move you want. This lets it shine in a supportive role, running shit like Fake Out, Spore, Taunt, and even Crafty Shield. As if that wasn't enough, it also gets Moody, one of the most mindfuck abilities of all time. At the end of each turn, it has one of its stats boosted by 2 stages and another one lowered by 1, all at random. This means that on top of having the most unpredictable move pool ever created, dealing with each game is remarkably inconsistent. Imagine playing a Trick Room team and getting all set up, but then oops, they got the speed drop from Moody, and now you're getting your Sweeper Sport and you're losing the game and you miss Top Cut at Worlds. All that to say, yeah, Smeargle is pretty bullshit. Old Smeargle is one of the biggest dumpster fires in Pokemon history for 3 major reasons. First, it could sketch Dark Void, Darkrai's signature move that put both opposing Pokemon to sleep. Second, Moody was even better. While now it only affects the main 5 stats, it used to have the chance to change evasiveness. This made it even more difficult to remove, and when you remember the whole Dark Void debacle, that's unfathomably dangerous. Finally, close team sheets to tournaments made predicting each Smeargle set significantly tougher. You might expect a follow me set, but then they throw out Wide Guard and stop your Psy Spam sweep. Really anything can happen with a Pokemon like Smeargle, a scary prospect in a tournament. In one of the most surprising moves possibly ever, Game Freak actually saw that Smeargle was too unhealthy and toned it down. Now it can't sketch Dark Void anymore and can't boost evasiveness with Moody. On top of that, the increased power of the metagame along with open team sheets has nerfed it out of top 5 Pokemon status. However, we won't totally know how good it is until the metagame has been developed. So far seems to be at least decent, but how it'll stack up against powerful foes like Fluttermane's absurd special attack stat and Fake Out immunity, or Shifu, who breaks focus passes with ease, has yet to be seen. In conclusion, Smeargle is one of the most unbalanced Pokemon to ever be released into the game. However, with power creep completely out of control, its time in the spotlight might thankfully be coming to a close. Thank you so much for watching.